Welcome to Far East Feast. Today we're participating in a traditional Japanese tea ceremony. Tea is an integral part to most Asian cultures, especially the Japanese.
And today we're going to take a field trip to a tea warehouse where we're going to learn everything you need to know about tea.
We're here at the warehouse of World Flavors Spice and Tea Company with the owner and our tea expert, Brian Moore. Good seeing you again.
Good to see you, Jason.
Good to see you.
How's it going, George? You guys ready to learn about some teas?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Welcome, gentlemen, to World Flavors Spice and Tea Company. We're located in Glendora, California, and we're at our processing facility where we make all these tea blends that you see in front of you.
Thanks, Brian.
You know, you have a lot of tea. Like, how do you go about choosing one?
It may seem a little overwhelming at first glance, but don't be overwhelmed. Tea's been around for over 4,500 years. And there's four main types of teas, and I'll walk you through them real quickly. You've got your black tea, you've got your green teas, and you also have some white teas. And in between the greens and blacks, we have a oolong variety. Essentially, the difference between the teas are the way that they're processed, the age of the leaves when they're picked. Your black teas are processed the most, fully oxidized, so they're going to have the higher of the caffeine content of them. Your green teas are going to have a lot less caffeine, and then your white teas are going to have about 1/4 to 1/8 percentage of caffeine in it compared to a traditional cup of coffee. And then, as I mentioned, you have your oolongs that are in between the greens and the blacks as far as caffeine content is concerned.
So Brian, I have a question for you. I love a really good cup of Earl Grey, but I'm kind of sensitive, so I can't drink it at night. Is there something else you recommend, or?
Yeah, there's a real simple process that you can do, Jason. You can take a cup of your Earl Grey, steep it as you normally would, but only steep it for 20 seconds, then dump the water out.
Okay.
And then pour the water back in and then steep it for the recommended period of time. Then you'll have a caffeine-free cup of tea.
Nice.
So the caffeine just washes off?
Yeah.
My grandma used to drink green tea every day for joint pain.
Teas are full of health benefits. For example, they're high in antioxidants, they have antibacterial properties, they help boost your immune system, they're great for your heart health, and they also have cancer fighting properties. So it's a very good thing your grandmother is doing that. Take a look at this one. This is an orange pineapple green tea. So we take our green tea where you get all those benefits we just mentioned, and then we'll add some locally sourced orange peels, some pineapple, and some coconut. Smell that and see what you think of it.
Wow, that's amazing. That's green tea?
That's green tea.
That's nothing like anything I've ever had before.
Speaking of high on antioxidants, we have one that we've specially formulated called turmeric ginger rooibos that is great for dealing with all kinds of inflammation issues.
Wow, that smells amazing as well.
Well, you know, most people that live a long time, for instance, like the Japanese in Okinawa, they're drinking green tea and satoimo, which is a starch, but you know, tea alkalinizes your blood so it can carry more oxygen. It's an environment that cancer hates.
All right, you sold me. I'm ready to drink some tea. This all looks great. So where are the tea bags?
George, you're not going to find any tea bags here. This is loose leaf tea, and there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about those tea bags. They're not good for the environment, and the quality of tea that you're going to get when you steep with a tea bag is not going to be as high. They take the leaves and they grind them up into this fine powder, and you lose a lot of the benefits that you would get in comparison to a cup of loose leaf tea. What you're going to do when you get your loose leaf tea is you're going to take your teapot that you have at home, check to see if it has a strainer on it, because you want the leaves to separate from the water. If it doesn't have a strainer on it, don't worry. You can pour it over a sifter and it'll do the same thing. And if still that's an issue, you can always pick up a relatively inexpensive tea ball and do the same thing. You'll put your tea inside the tea ball like this. You'll close up your tea ball, stick this in your cup of water, pour the water on top, pull it out, and voila, George, you have a cup of tea.
No tea bags, George. Brian, we learned so much about all the amazing product that you're making here, from the caffeine to helping me sleep. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. The pleasure's mine. I'm glad you guys were able to make it.
Yeah, I don't feel overwhelmed at all.
Good. I'm glad, George. I'm glad. I have a orange pepper rooibos that I think you would enjoy.
Awesome.
And then Jason, I think you might enjoy the coconut green tea.
Thank you so much. We can order this through your website, looks like, huh?
Absolutely. You can order all these teas that you see out here at www.worldflavors.com, and it ends with a Z.
Nice. Brian, thank you again.
Pleasure's all mine, guys.
And see you next time on Far East Feast.